Yes, you've heard over and over again, I need procedures, I need systems in my business to create an even better business. But John, where do I start? There's so many aspects of my business that you could start at. But let me give you 3 areas to consider. Now, I want you to think long-term with this. Think long-term, the long game, but we want to start small. And if you could create one system, one procedure, maybe implement a checklist every week of every year, you allocate a little bit of time to do so, just think in 12 months' time, 2 years' time, what sort of business you're going to have. So, where do I start? That's the question you've got. 3 areas to consider. Firstly, the customer experience. The journey from when a customer interacts with your business, interacts with your brand, picks up the phone, makes an email inquiry, all the way through to presenting the price, the proposal, the package, delivering on the product or the service, right to the end. That could be something to really start to put some procedures and checklists around. It creates consistency for you as a business owner, consistency for your team, and consistency for the customer. That's the first part. Secondly, let's put this into perspective. If something happened to you, we call it bus-proofing your business. Now, it's pretty crude, yeah? If you got hit by a bus tomorrow, what would happen in the business? Or what wouldn't happen in the business? If you got really ill, if all of a sudden you needed to take time out for a family emergency, what wouldn't happen in the business? And how would that compromise the overall longevity of the business? That could be a place to start as well. Think about that if you wanted to take some time out for any reason, what would need to be trained, downloaded from in here onto paper, passed on to other people in your team. Yeah? That's an area to consider. So that's the second area. First, the customer's experience. Secondly, what would happen if you're not in the business? And thirdly, where are the biggest risks in your business? Risk management is one of the things that a lot of people don't put time to. And we always expect the best, which is great, but we also want to prepare for the worst. So it could be around operational health and safety. It could be around looking at the areas like your people management. What would happen if one of your key people resigned and left you tomorrow? What's your hiring process? What are you going to do to replace that person as quickly as possible? Maybe it's checking in with your team. Maybe it's time with them. Maybe it's some KPIs and putting some structures in place to help your team perform and deliver. So coming back down to what are the areas in the business that if something happened to overnight, we talked about you in the last point, but maybe it's some of those issues out on site, the well-being of your team, or if people chose to leave or had to leave, how do you replace them? That's a risk management strategy. So I trust that's given you some insights into where you can start the journey of creating the playbook or the operational procedures manual so that in the next 12 months, you've got the way that you do things in your business. It's pretty simple, but I know it's not easy, and that's what we're here for. That's what we've created at Protrade United, some unique structures to help you download, systemize, add procedures and add some checklists. So if you'd like some support with that, please make sure you're in touch, and all the best.